start with suspended Wa Polytechnic Rector, who was accused of procurement fraud and abuse of office, and he has denied the allegations. He is alleged to have procured a Mercedes Benz for himself at the cost of 500,000 Ghana cedis without the approval of the governing council, but he says he did no wrong by procuring the vehicle. And the question is, do you think he should have bought such an expensive vehicle considering the inadequate budget allocation to the Polytechnic?
Because looking at the condition at Wa Polytechnic, the school is almost at a deplorable state. But he having that amount of money in his disposal and going for that car is just abysmal of him. And I don't think he should blame his suspension on the education minister. The minister is just trying to keep sanity in the system.
People play such very vital roles, and then they happen to be the same people wanting to dupe the state, if I should put it like that. I honestly think that much as I would want to sympathize with him, we have over-pampered people when it comes to some of these things for quite a while. We wake up to something like this, and then a whole rector is being chased out because people are now beginning to be responsible. I just think that this is the right thing that should be done, and we should not just limit it to people like that, but across board.
Oh, initially, I'm quite surprised because when you take Wa as a region, for instance, it is one of the most poorest regions we have in Ghana here. And even looking at the schools over there, the social amenities and other facilities over there is not even enough. So I see it as, I don't know, he's trying to be selfish or something like that. For the suspension, I think the suspension is even small. He should be fired outright. Why should you suspend somebody for the person to go and then there will be a whole lot of kululu, then later the person will come back? He should be fired.
Very interesting comments from the streets of Accra. Let's check out what you've been posting on Facebook.
And James Abusanga says, this is purely a misplaced priority. Is a Mercedes Benz his topmost priority as a rector? The amount involved can do so many things and can even buy a luxurious car. I think he shouldn't have bought such a car in Wa. Buyer Jeremiah says, never at all. Whoever advised him to buy that car is an enemy to the country. 500,000 is a huge chunk of money. The man should just apologize and let's move on. Abdullah Imoro writes, our officials these days want luxury instead of managing our limited resources for the next generation. And Equality says, yes, you are wrong. How much do you earn? Cut your coat according to your size. But you know, Aisha, I mean, one of the issues people are raising was, you know, look at where you are, look at your environment. The car is even too luxurious for that kind of environment. Yes, it stands out.
And if you look at the day they were chasing him, it was just like an adventurous movie.
Like a Formula One
logs
adventure.
there, and he jumps over the logs.
Yes.
I'm sure that car won't be in any better condition after all that. Anyway, parts of the city also this morning were flooded as a result of last night's heavy downpour. Now, while government has assured us over the years that it will do more to stop flooding in most of the cities in Accra, we've also been advised to do our part to ensure that our surroundings are clean. Now, tell me, what do you suggest can be done to curtail this ritual?
They should take responsibility for letting this. What I can say is that they should take the responsibility themselves to remove choke gutters. Yeah, that will help so that the water that rains will flow easily.
There are inadequate drains in Accra, which makes the water to move easily to where they ought to be. And so I think if there are adequate drains so that the water can, move effectively, the floods will, reduce in some way possible.
The best option for the country to do is make decongestion exercise. Should be very effective, because for so many years ago, when these floods were not very effective, okay, there were no buildings on those waterways, but due to migration and then an increment in population, okay, where we have more structures built on these waterways, okay, that has caused the floods. And so the best way, or another way to combat this disaster is decongestion exercise. Okay.
All right, some suggestions out there. A lot more of the suggestions are on our Facebook page. Let's check them out.
So some, okay, talked about suggestions. Kwesi Boating Ayipa writes, decongest the entire Accra region. That's a tough task. Owusu Drizzy J. Joshua says, what a country. And some prof is using almost $100,000 to buy a Benz. And Mami Driama says, do we have something like a brief downpour? Okay, no,
Where
really.
did you hear that from?
Well, I wonder. Walanyo Akwetia says, I don't think so, but our attitude is also another factor. I totally agree with you, Walanyo. Nana Kwame says, we need to change our attitude. We need to respect the laws of Ghana.
And Gloria Baba Mensa says, don't know the reasons why when it rains, Accra gets flooded while there is a sea. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to say. Michael says you have to know the difference between downpour, rain, and storm. That was just a rain. Like, seriously. Downpour and rain. Okay. Ray Steve Brown says change the name of Ghana to Rain, Rain, Go Away. Right. Okay. Those are some interesting comments from the streets on our Facebook page. And finally, if wishes were horses, beggars would definitely ride. And growing up, we've all made wishes and continue to make wishes. And the reason why I'm going to ask you this question, that if you had the opportunity to make a wish and, you know, for that, so that that wish will disappear and never return to earth, what would that be and why?
That would be poverty. Because sometimes you be walking by the roadside, see people begging for alms. It makes you feel as if God created some people to be poor and some people to be rich. Like, it's unequal. Yeah, so I just don't want to see people suffer.
Sickness is one thing I would love to live, like for it to go extinct in this world, for it to never exist, because sickness causes pain, it causes sorrow, it causes tears to families. And then when you get sick, like you're so depressed, you're so sad, you're never happy in your life until that sickness goes away.
It will be death, because I don't want to see people dying. Yeah, that's my view.
Corruption.
Why?
Well, because I believe if people use the inappropriate ways to gain at the expense of others, it doesn't help. It's not fair. So since it's not fair, I think that's the thing I would like to delete from that.
I believe cancer.
Cancer. Why do you say cancer?
So now I believe there is no cure for cancer. So if cancer is no more, I believe a lot of lives won't be lost.
Disappear.
Education.
And why?
Because it's stressful. I had a feeling if there was an alternative to education, life would be much easier, because studying over here is very, very, very difficult. And it's very, very stressful too.
All right, let's check out what you've also been saying on Facebook.
Okay, so Bai Jeremiah says, I would have wished that the attitude of corruption disappeared and never returned till thy kingdom come. The reason is simple. We are poor because the very systems we put in place for our growth and development, the system is corrupt. James Abusanga says, I wish the politicians never existed and should disappear from the earth. They keep lying to us and causing unnecessary suffering and deaths with their politics. I feel you, James. And Kwesi Boating Ayipa says, I would have wished NDC disappeared from this planet. Oh, why, Kwesi? I'm sure he's an MPP supporter. And Sizeless Anaba Emmanuel says, how mosquitoes they do me for Accra here, dear. So he wants mosquitoes to disappear. And Erica J says, I would wish snakes disappear forever because I fear them. After that, Wa Rector. After that, the Wa Rector should also vanish forever. Happy birthday to Rafiq Salam from Wa. That's our very own Rafiq Salam.
Malanya Kutse says, death and poverty, how these two have caused damage to mankind. Never, if I have my wish. And Honey Morris says, lorry accidents. Genesis Green comes to say, if riches were horses, beggars will ride. Yes, we know that. And Princess Mary says, death, because I hate it with everything within me. Mami Ajwa comes to say, I wish MPP to disappear. Okay.
What about Aisha? If you had one wish for something to disappear, what would it be?
Well, I haven't really thought about it, but I think it will be poverty. Yeah.
Poverty.
Yes.
That's a good one. I think hate.
Hatred.
I would extinguish hate from the world.
Okay, that's fine. So that no one would hate.
Would all love each other. It will solve a lot of problems.
It would be a very beautiful place to live. All right, let's check out our picture for the day.
What is that?
International
Baba.
Come and cut your head
here.
Yes, go. So when you...
So that's the literal translation from she, right? Okay, there's another one. It says what? Please climb upstairs to study overseas.
Okay. But I'm interested in that. Okay, so what? Plait your head here. Hey.
Oh. I think they meant braid your head. Braid your hair here.
Plait your head here. And you want to come and cut your head. You come out with only your neck. All right, so that's how we end the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim.